Hello again. I wanted to update everybody because I had my fourth infusion yesterday. As usual, the infusion itself went fine. There were no complications or anything like that. So now it's just a matter of reminding myself that I'm going to let myself gently sink into the chemo hole this time in hopes that side effects aren't going to be too bad. So this is the morning after, and I feel okay. I'm starting to feel pretty tired. And one thing I noticed, and I kind of forgot about this, is that one thing that I think it's maybe like leading or causing the fatigue is that my chest just feels really heavy. Like I can kind of compare it to if you've ever spent like an entire day swimming. You just feel like so tired and drained from swimming in the pool and holding your breath all the time and the activity and being in the sun. And when you take a deep breath, it just like all your muscles are tight and it just feels heavy and makes you tired. So I got that going on. It just makes me feel kind of tired. I still feel like I can go if I wanted to go out to the stores or do my normal things, then I could do that. I'm not going to because I promised myself I wouldn't do that. But I feel like I still could do it. Also, there's just random messes all over my house. Like kids decided to take out all of their dress-up clothes yesterday, like 3 boxes of them, which are all over my family room, and those boxes are going to live there for the short future. And it's really hard. Like we came home last night, I really wanted to like start picking up the house because my mom had kids overnight, and I just was like, Courtney, no, just let it go, man. And I did. So that's cool. Anyway, um, this morning, I finally had my meeting with genetics because my genetic test results were back. And I tested for 17 different genes that they know, including the BRCA genes, that they know that to some degree or another are potentially involved in mutations that can lead to breast cancer. However, of all 17 genes that were tested, none of mine came back with any mutations. So it's kind of, we're back to, still don't know why I developed breast cancer at age 33. And it's not like if I came back positive with mutations that it would change anything. I mean, I got breast cancer, it happened, nothing you can do about changing your genes. It's just to kind of be more aware of what could potentially happen in your body. Um, so the good thing that came out of that is that if I would have tested positive for the BRCA mutation specifically, that also would have put me at a higher risk of developing ovarian cancer down the road. So that means since I don't have any mutations, I'm just back in with the normal population as to my risk for developing ovarian cancer at some point. So I don't have to worry about having my ovaries removed at this stage of the game. So that's cool. One less surgery, one less concern to kind of worry about. Um, Now I have a meeting Monday with my breast surgeon to talk about, what are my options with surgery. The least invasive would be to do a lumpectomy with radiation, and knowing that my tumor is shrinking, which is typical for HER2 positive cancers, it kind of just melts away. It's most likely that when he goes in there to do a surgery, he might just find that clip. And so I want to talk to him to see, what does that mean? Is he still going to remove lymph nodes? Is he still going to have to remove some kind of tissue to get, margins of error or what the decision is? I do know that my tumor is close to my chest wall, so I don't know if even a lumpectomy is going to leave like some deformities or what that's going to mean. So it's an overwhelming amount of information to look into, but hopefully Monday he can help me shed some more light on that and make a decision. So that's where I'm at now. Yeah, other than that, I was going to make a video last night. I just was kind of like, bleh, about the night before, 2 nights ago, before my chemo. It was a really bad day for me, and I kind of had like an emotional breakdown, meltdown. And I really didn't want to go into my fourth chemo. I was feeling like myself, like I always do, that last week before, and it just was really bumming me out that I had to go back to feeling like crap again. And I cried about it like all of what was that, Tuesday morning. I texted my family, and they're good at building me back up. My dad took me out to breakfast, so I needed that. But I really started wondering about it then Tuesday night and Wednesday, like what happened? because usually I'm so good about kind of keeping everything together, and I'm pretty realistic about what I'm facing. And I realized that, no one's making me go through chemo. I willingly chose to do this. And I understand the fact and respect the reality that chemo is necessary for me to get rid of my cancer and to allow me to live a long life. So I chose to go through with it. And again, no one made me. But it's like when you have to 6 times willingly walk into pumping your body full of chemicals that just don't know they're targeting just cancer, and so therefore they target other things and leave you with nasty side effects, is really just, it's a mind game. And it's hard to emotionally and mentally prepare yourself for going into hopping on that struggle bus and I guess not really knowing what the ride's going to be like. Because for me, every time it's been kind of different. And I started wondering, if I knew that on the 5th day this was going to happen, on the 3rd day I was going to feel like this, maybe it would make me feel better about going into it. But then I realized I don't think it would, because I know I'm still facing that, and it would and I know I have to get through that. So I had a really rough day, and lots of tears, lots of emotions. Um, and now I'm just waiting for, round 4's fallout to hit me. And the big question mark is, when is it going to happen? And what is it going to be like? And how soon will it be over? So, I don't know. People who are going through this, it's a mind game. It's a head game. It's mental. It's emotional. It's physical. Um, it's all of it, and it's a struggle. And it was interesting because I was talking to my dad, and he doesn't. He said, not to take away from your experience or not to belittle what you're going through, but he can kind of relate because my dad has some chronic disease, and he's on a lot of medications for managing the pain from that. So he's like, it's hard for people to relate to me, and I told him, what I found is people want to be supportive and they want to understand how they can help, or just kind of, what are you going through? What's it like? And for some of the things you experience, there really aren't appropriate words, adjectives to describe what this is like. It's an experience you really, truly, it sounds cliche, but you don't know what it's like until you're going through it. I mean, I never expected it. People will be like, oh, you're going to be tired, your mouth's going to get dry, blah, 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 your tastes are going to change. And you're like, okay, big deal, who cares? And it's like when you're going through it, you're like, it is a big deal. It's your quality of life, and that's huge. So, like I told him, he said, and it was a good point, people want to be sympathetic, but to truly be empathetic, I think, as far as the definition is concerned, you can't be empathetic unless you've actually been in those shoes. So it's, people really try to be sympathetic to me, and I really appreciate that, but it's hard to convey to people to fully appreciate what it's like. So I don't know. There's just another interesting moment I had the other day. The latest symptom, and I don't know if this is from the Lupron shots that I've been getting, or I know it could have been a side effect from one of the chemos, is that I get hot flashes now. And they're not like, or I'm dripping in sweat, but it's like a couple times an hour, it comes and goes throughout the day, and it's especially at night. I mean, it wakes me up at night where I'm just burning up, and I'm not necessarily dripping with sweat, or I can like wipe away beads of sweat and stuff, but I'm just, like, I'll wake up and go to the bathroom at night and get like a cold water and like rub it all over my head and my neck, and it let the ceiling fan kind of cool me down and like fall back asleep. So that's a little annoying, and I know women who've gone through menopause, you're like, yeah, the hot flashes. So I don't know if this chemo could have potentially be putting me into early menopause, or like I said, if it's the shots I'm getting that are kind of putting my ovaries to sleep in the time being, if that is like a hormonal response or whatever it is. But that's the latest thing that I've been experiencing this past like week or so. But I'm looking at my time now. It's almost 10 minutes I've been blabbing. Sorry, I never intend to like blabber on, and I'm always like, oh, it's going to be a 3-minute video. And I look and it's like 9-10 minutes. I'm like, what did I do? So I'll leave it there. Any new developments, I'll update and keep you guys posted. So, I appreciate it. Friends and family who don't know, it was on Facebook. My sisters are putting together a fundraiser at a local bar in the area on September 1st. And they're selling the tickets beforehand, and it includes, the details are all online. If you want more, just send me a message. You buy tickets beforehand, and includes, they have really good pizza, salad. I don't know if they're doing wings or something, and it also includes beer, wine, wild drinks, things like that. But anyway, there's 50/50 raffles, basket raffles and stuff. And I would love people to be able to come and not, I'm not trying to like selfishly be like, come to my fundraiser, but I would really love to see people and to give everyone like a hug that I see in person that had been really supporting me behind the scenes, sending me well wishes, prayers, thoughts, meals, taking care of my kids. I mean, you name it, gift baskets, things in the mail, cards, flowers. I mean, it's been overwhelming. I would love to see you and face to face give you a big thank you and a big hug for supporting me, because a lot of you guys have gone out of your way to do that, and I'm blessed for that. So want to throw that out there because I realized my sisters had set it up and it was going automatically to their friends, and I realized some of my friends might not have known. So I tried to like share the invite last night, and I hope that got out to most of you who are at least on Facebook. But for those who aren't on Facebook or are interested or didn't get it, send me a message, send me a text or something, and I'll get that information out to you about the event. So that's all I got for now. I'm going to rest for a little bit, and then I'll go get the kids from my mom, and it's life back to normal for me. So keep me in your prayers. Keep me in your thoughts. Hopefully this round is not too bad on me, and I can just sit in the hole and wait for it to be over. So that's it for now. Talk to you all soon.